Welcome to ScrollTales.
Before he became the father of nations, Abraham was hunted like a criminal, hidden in a cave, and was thrown into a fiery furnace. It all began the night he was born. Let's scroll back to the very beginning. A baby's cry pierced the night, tiny and innocent. But in the heavens, something wild happened. The stars shifted. Wise men saw a blazing star swallow 4 others, like a king rising and crushing his enemies. They rushed to Nimrod. "Majesty, a child has been born who will rise against your kingdom. He'll smash your idols and worship a god you do not know." That baby was Abram, the son of Terah. But Nimrod, the most feared king on earth, was terrified of a baby. Nimrod said, furiously, "Then I will destroy him first." That night, Terah threw a grand party to celebrate his son's birth. Candles glowed, wine flowed, and music echoed through the halls. But while everyone cheered, Terah's heart raced with fear. He knew the prophecy. He knew Nimrod would come for his son. Nimrod ordered the child to be brought to him, to be killed. So Terah made a desperate choice. He gave another baby, a servant's newborn, to the soldiers in Abram's place. And he sent his real son to a faraway cave, deep into the mountain. Abraham was hidden there for 10 years. He came out, as King Nimrod forgot about him, but he did not return home. Abram was sent to be raised in secret by a humble man named Noah. Yes, that Noah, the one who built the ark, and his son named Shem. In a hidden valley filled with rivers and songbirds, Abram grew strong and wise. Noah said softly, "See that tree, Abram? It drinks from the earth but reaches for heaven. Be like that." Shem told Abram to ask questions, seek truth, never bow to wood or stone. Abram was bursting with questions. If the sun rises, who tells it to rise? If the moon glows, who lit the light? He stared at stars and studied the wind, but everywhere else people worshipped statues. Why do men worship wood and stone? Where is the real God who made all this? Noah and Shem answered all his questions. At age 50, Abram returned to Babel, back to his father, Terah, back to a land drowning in idols. Terah had 12 large statues lined up like kings in his home. He bowed to them daily. But Abram wasn't impressed. One morning when his father was out, Abram did something crazy. He took a stick and smashed all the idols, except the biggest one. He put the stick in that one's hand and waited. Terah, returning, asked, "What happened to my gods?" Abram said, innocently, "Oh, they fought each other. The big one won." Terah, his father, scowled. "Idols don't move or fight." Abram, smirking, "Exactly. So why do we worship them?" Word spread fast. Soon, Abram stood before King Nimrod himself. Nimrod said, fuming, "You mock the gods, you mock me." Abram replied boldly, "I follow the God who made the heavens, not your lifeless stones." Nimrod ordered that he be thrown into prison. Abram was locked up in prison for 10 days, and on the 10th day, Nimrod ordered, "Throw him in the furnace. Let's see if his God saves him." All the men, women, and children gathered at a distance to see what was happening. Abram was bound feet and hands with chains and thrown into the furnace. The fire was so hot, it melted the chains of the guards and burnt them. The fire roared for 3 whole days and nights. Even the guards who got close were burned. But when they threw Abram in, the flames bowed away from him. The chains melted. The Lord came down, and a cool breeze wrapped around his body, and he was not burned. Abram walked in the fire like he was strolling through a garden. Not a burn, not a scar, untouched. On the 3rd day, words got to the king. He rose to go see it, and he saw Abram walking to and fro. His heart fainted. He ordered his servants to bring him out, but they couldn't approach the fire. So the king called out to Abram, "O servant of the God who is in heaven, come out from the fire." And Abram walked out untouched. Everyone came and bowed down to Abram. And Abram said, "Do not bow down to me, but to the God who made you. Serve him and go in his ways." Years later, as Abram looked at the stars, he heard a voice, clear, holy, strong. "Leave your father's house. Go to a land I will show you. I will make you a great nation. Through you, all families of the earth will be blessed." And just like that, Abram, now Abraham, left it all behind. He left everything behind. His wealth, his name, his comfort, to follow a God no one else could see. He walked by faith. He became the father of nations, and God gave him a new name, Abraham. When the world bowed to idols, Abraham stood up. When kings ruled by fear, he chose faith. And from that wild beginning came a promise that still echoes today. This isn't just a story of the past. It's a call for every heart that wonders, is there more? This is the story of Abraham, the friend of God.
That was an interesting story. Don't forget to like and subscribe to ScrollTales.